Hello everyone, welcome back to 3D Printing Doctors channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about MK4S, features, news, and we will compare it with MK4. I'm going to put it on here as well. But first, let's take a look at closely to all new features with MK4S. And yes, there is a Prusa app. You heard it right, there's a Prusa app where you can control this machine. And it's gonna get only better. And here on the table you guys can see all the prints inside the SD card of MK4S, and we are gonna take a look at it. And one thing that I need to tell you, all these prints are done without any supports, like up to 75 degrees from the plane, horizontal plane, no supports. This is a beast to eliminate those supports. I'm very happy about it. And I always forget telling one thing. Now this is a touch screen. This is a touch screen. I always go back to using the knob, but it is a touch screen. And there's an NFC at the back, if I remember the name correctly. And we are gonna tap it with our app to log it into our system as well, which is really cool and convenient. And all these colors, objects 3D printed with Prusa and filaments as well. And one disclaimer, I have been using this machine for the last 3 days. This is not an in-depth review at all. This is initial look and what are the new stuff with MK4S. That's what I'm going to tell you, and we're going to take a look at it side by side with MK4. And that's about it. 1 month from now-ish, I will be doing a doctor's exam video on MK4S, where we are going to take a look at the in-depth review, like what is going on, what is this, what are the materials that we print, what are the failures and everything. So far it did not fail at all with any of these prints you see here. And in that doctor's exam video that's coming in a month, we will torture the machine for a month. So stay tuned, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started and take a look at all the new features. Really cool features that we need to talk about, and we need to also take a look at all these prints in a closer view, which we are going to do soon. The first feature I want to talk about is this extruder head. It has 360-degree cooling and it looks like transformers here. This big thing has a story behind too, which we are going to talk about in a minute, but let's get closer to it. Here is our 360-degree cooling. The system enables us to print at high speed and it cools down very fast. As you guys can see, this duct here redirects the cooling from this fan back to the surroundings of the nozzle over here. And what is really important about this fan is basically it is not just normal fan that stays on the side. It's a high pressure print cooling fan, which means that there's an engineering design went to it to create that high pressure turbine system over here, which blasts the air directly to the nozzle in a very efficient way. As a result, with its efficiency, it runs 70% most of the time. This entire cooling system allows this printer to be able to print this giant overhangs even with 75 degrees, which is like no supports, no waste materials, up to 75 degrees. And printing those supports at extreme overhangs makes this machine another level. And according to Prusa, noise levels and the weight of the print head particularly not changed, because I can feel this is lightweight too by touching it, because this is also 3D printed. And they say this is also optimized at angle so that the hot air do not get feeded back to the next extruder here, where the heated block is right in there. I have not pushed the printer yet. When we push, we will see how long it can go. Maybe I just want to print 1 volt here, 1 volt here, and do like entire bridge the build plate size entire bridge, and we're gonna see if it's going to work. I believe it can work, but this is the first feature to talk about. Let's move to the second one. Second feature that we need to talk about is the new high flow nozzle over here. And when you unplug these and disassemble it, it comes out. I don't want to take it out right now, but this is the second feature, which is the high flow nozzle. What does it do is basically it helps printer to go faster, especially combined with this turbine fan. Together they increase the print speed. I'm gonna put a chart here for you guys to see, so that you can see the volumetric flow comparison between MK4S's new high flow nozzle versus the standard nozzle that's been used. With 0.4 millimeter nozzle on PLA, there's a 50% increase in terms of the volumetric flow, which you can see right now on the screen. You can pause here and take a look at it. So this basically enables us as users of the MK4S to have better structural prints, which are more stronger, and very fast print profiles, where we are going to talk about this extremely fast benchy that is printed in 8 minutes. These are only possible with the first two features I mentioned: 360-degree cooling and new high flow nozzle, and this was the second feature came with the Prusa MK4S. Before I forgot, some pieces are printed with temperature resistant Prusa and PC blend carbon fiber, so that they are good enough in terms of the strength and high temperature stress, and rest of the pieces are still PETG. Now we are going to talk about the third feature, which is this Prusa app. Let's click on it, and as you guys can see, it starts with the overview of the 3D printers and everything. And now I'm going to swap to the phone screen recording so I can show you guys crystal clear, and we will do screen recording for the rest of this video. Right now this is the control panel, the overview of all my printers. Both of them are printing the Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is via Prusa XL, and you can see it in here, previous prints and the current print. When you click on the printer, you can see more details about the printer, all the addresses and everything. Overall, you can stop the print and pause the print. And when you drag the screen down, you can see the tiny filament roll going lower on the top. I really like that nice touch and detail. And when you go back, here is my Bumblebee. The other print is ongoing in there. You can pause and stop the printer, but not other functions yet. I believe they will come. This is a beta version. And again, in the printer section, you can see the printers with the stopped, idle, manipulating, attention required, everything. When you go to the jobs, you can see the print jobs, the history, and the current as well. And on storage, you have an online storage. And there's other thing, which is the printables. You can directly see the models on printables from the app itself. And when you click a model, you can directly send this model to your printer and start printing. You just need to know that the printer is available and printer itself is ready. And when you click it, it starts printing it. And now let's go to the menu. In the menu, you can see lots of settings that can be changed, and you can get different notifications on device, email, or SMS based on printer status. And another thing here is you can directly go to the Prusa forum over the app, which opens as a website. I think as a beta version, this is a good start. Now I would like to try another feature, which is NFC feature, where I can tap my phone and connect my printer with Wi-Fi credentials to my phone. So for that, let's come here and click settings, and I'm gonna go down to network, and here I'm gonna click Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi wizard, and then set up and then set up via NFC. And right now it tells me what to do, so I'm gonna open the Prusa app, go to menu, and Wi-Fi setup. So here on my app, I'm clicking menu, and then set up printer Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna click MK4 because I don't see MK4S, but I hope it works. Maybe not. Let me put my Wi-Fi name and password. I'll be back, and everything is plugged in. Okay, I'm clicking the setup method as NFC, and now we are going to hold it near the NFC section here, and it says Wi-Fi successfully set up. Now everything is set up. Let's connect it to the app. It wants me to scan the QR code. Now we are going to generate a QR code from the Prusa Connect and add printer to the Connect. So it's registering it. Okay, QR code is here. Let's scan it. Perfect. And I told you guys I was going to rename my printer as Ironhide, which is done. And let's say house, and click finish, and perfect. We have my printers, my babies, and here it is, Ironhide, located right in here. The printer is connected, and now it's okay. Now I can see it's on idle. Unknown thing is the filament here. as far as I understand. But this is MK4S, which I need to update my printer to MK4S, and where we are going to do that after the official release of this printer. Yeah, this feature is checked. Yes, there's a new feature here that where I can enter the credentials manually. Oh yeah, this is like old times. You have to hit 3 times to get the features in. Nice. Remind me those Nokia numpads. Gen Z will get used to this, I guess. Some of you. I already showed you guys the third feature, the Prusa app and Wi-Fi setup with NFC. Right at this point, I need to tell you guys something. This printer, even though it's getting better online networking features, will always be available to offline people. You will never need a network to run your printer, update your printer, anything like that. And Prusa is always open source, and they do not take your private information or network information, anything like that. That's what has been out there for a long time, and they are still following the same style. So I'm really happy about that, which means that if there's no network, I can still use this printer and I can update it, etc., etc. I can't emphasize the importance of being open more than ever, and this machine is definitely showcasing that. And the fourth feature I'm gonna talk about that is new with the MK4S is injection molded parts. You guys can see this, right? This entire screen frame is injection molded. It's not 3D printed anymore. So another feature right here after talking about injection molded pieces is the touch screen. Touch screen is definitely a good advancement to MK4 series. I really like it. My previous MK4 did not have it. Now it is MK4S. And guess what? There will be upgrade kits available for you to upgrade your MK4 to MK4S. And I believe it will include hopefully touchscreen too. Why not? And here you can touch it. I still find this knob useful when you're going up and down in a crowded menu like this one. And I need to get used to this. So yeah, I always keep forgetting this is the touch screen. This is the fifth feature at this point, if we call the injection mold the fourth feature. The other thing, maybe the most important but hidden feature, feature number 6, I guess, at this point, is the GPIO board. GPIO board is a new cool accessory for people like us that is going to be enabling us to add stepper motors, servo motors, LEDs, lights, any on-off feature, anything to its controller panel, so we can mod the printer much better, much automized, and we can put our custom G code in it to make it do the things that we want to do. So it's gonna be extremely cool. And this GPIO board will allow us to make better time lapses by adjusting the shutter as well, or more. Be creative with it. You have the control of this open source machine. So I just double checked on the document for the GPIO. It is optional, so I don't think it's coming with the printer. Again, another feature that I cannot show physically here is the accelerometer support for us to mod it better, so that we will be able to fine-tune our resonance by ourselves with the accelerometer support, which is going to be extremely cool too. If you change the nozzle and extruder assembly to something different, you will need to do that to create your own input shaper parameters. In the video I'm going to make, after a month-long use of this printer, I'm going to use ASA, PC blend, carbon fiber, flex, PLA patchy, ASA. Did I say ASA already? All these filaments with this machine, and we are going to take a look at how it performs based on the objects. Because with PLA it does amazing job. Especially these angles and everything. We are going to close look to these prints in a moment. I want to see other materials too. I believe you want to see other materials too, but again, it's been 4 days. Like, give me the time. I need more time. I think another thing everybody knows with the recent video of the Prusa, you can print on any surface because this load cell leveling system allows you to beautifully create the first layer, balanced, leveled, awesome. Like they even printed on glass, wood, and other stuff. I'm linking their video into bio as well for you to watch if you haven't already. Also, I'm making another video for the MMU module, which is inside this box over here, the entire MMU module. This MK4S is compatible with MMU3 model, where it will allow you to print up to 5 colored materials, which will turn all these prints to multicolor prints. The other thing that I want to talk with all these network creativity is Prusa staying open source and allows you to mod the printer to your imagination's extent. And seems like they are out there. Seems like they're out there. They are born with the open source roots and they want to be faithful to this heritage. And I really like it and I will enjoy it because we can turn this beast to something else. And we'll see how things are gonna turn out. And obviously you guys know, but just to highlight, there's an automatic cold pull on this machine, MK4S. If I remember correctly, MK4 has the same thing too, but MK4S, it is much better and it makes your 3D printing journey much easier. Now we are gonna take a look all the prints that came from the SD card of the Prusa MK4S, and they are really showcasing the beauty of the 360-degree cooling and high flow nozzle, because these are extremely fast prints and high quality prints and no support prints. I would like to talk about the dimensional accuracy of this machine. Based on the data provided by Prusa, the average deviation of MK4S from the CAD file to the real object that's 3D printed is like 0.067 millimeter average by maximum of 0.162 millimeters. Also, they have this competitor analysis as well out there. It is fascinating to see average deviation of 0.067 millimeters. And we will test this by doing interlocking features in our next prints. But let's take a look at these prints side by side. And here we have the Bonkers Benchy. You can see the defect here. And this Benchy printed in 8 minutes. I shared the time lapse and the video of it in my previous unboxing video. But 8 minutes. And here is the other Benchy, which was done in 14 minutes. There's a defect in here, but overall, compared side by side, 14 minutes, you can see the difference clearly, right? Especially in the overhang region. But this is pretty satisfying to drop the speed of the Benchy down to 8 minutes, 14 minutes, good. Like, this is good speed. Another test print finish, which is the overhang test print. We are gonna take a look. And here you guys can see the angles. Overhang test piece up to 75 degrees, you guys can see 60, 70, 75. And if you look at under 60 good, 70 you start to feel the stairs, 75 still stairs out there, more visible, but still holding on. So this is your danger zone. I don't think, maybe I will go beyond and see how it's going to behave. But this is successful overhanging, let me tell you that much. Another print is this fidget cube. Pretty nice. I like it. I can play with it. Another print is done, and this is tiny chair. You guys can see that this tiny chair is printed without any support. And here is another print which I really like. This is a chair printed without support. There's some oozing over there and this part is an issue, but overall you can see that all the angles came out really nicely. And this is an entire bridge, like this thing over here. Here I have another print right off the USB stick. Just look at it. There is no support under this thing and it's so steep. Let's take a close look. See? It is beautiful. Wow. I mean, we can definitely torture test other printers with the same models and see how they do compared to MK4S. No, it's an UFO. Another print finished on my MK4S. And print quality looks good. Yeah, we are gonna take a look at it in detail. Look at the sharp, steep angle here. And did a beautiful job with all the details. Rocket engine. And the final thing I am going to show you is this headphone holder, which is pretty straight model. I like it. Maybe adaptive layer height could be better in this region, but again, this is the final print that was on the SD card. And yeah, these are all. Now we are looking at the two babies side by side. On the left we have MK4, on the right we have MK4S. And let's go closer. Here is the original screen of the MK4, not touch screen printed. This is injection molded screen with MK4S. The base seems the same regarding the connections and everything. Plates are the same. As you guys can see, this connection is the same, this connection is the same. The other sides are the same. Orange pieces seems the same too. Oh, this turned into black. This one is black, this one is still orange. And the top cover changed from orange to black. I assume different material as well, but not sure. The entire extruder obviously changed. You guys can see the side fan over here. Entire extruder assembly is different, but they're of course similar things. And you guys can see the pieces and 3D printed material is different than the PETG ones over here. PC blend carbon fiber, I guess. I need to double check. But the connections over here, of course this one doesn't have the high flow nozzle, but new one has the high flow nozzle. And the biggest change is in the, obviously, at the extruder assembly and high flow nozzle, and the cooling is drastically changed, as you guys can see. Filament holders are the same. Let's look at the behind of the printers. So on the left again MK4, on the right MK4S. What we are seeing here is the similar power supply or the same power supply. I cannot tell from here. This is the back MK4, this is the back of MK4S. Both of them have the Ethernet connection. There's Wi-Fi sign here, Wi-Fi sign turned into a marker over here. There's still Prusa sign on them. The box seems exactly the same from outside, but there's a GPIO connection on this one. And when we turn it to the side, this is the side of the printer, but the difference on the MK4S, the NFC communication is right located here. And this is the overall look between MK4 and MK4S. After 4 days of playing with this 3D printer, I'm happy to tell you that with this 4 days check, I'm very excited to continue using this machine. There are lots of good features, it's fast. I need to torture the machine for a month or more to give you guys a doctor's exam episode in details on the MK4S. I also would like to use this GPIO board and add some features to this machine and see how it's going to behave. I definitely would like to put some LED lights that on and off with G-code, and maybe attach some stepper motors or servo motors to pop the bed automatically when the print finished, or maybe even add more. Can I turn it to belt drive machine? Maybe. That will be the world first Prusa belt drive machine. Prusa X dog. MK dog. I don't know. Exciting things. Okay, there are lots of ideas that we can definitely do with this machine and adjust everything. So, long story short, don't forget to subscribe to your 3D Printing Doctors channel, and feel free to click the links down below in the bio. And if you want to buy one, just buy one, because I have those affiliate links down there too, so that I can support my channel and do more with it. Yeah. MK4S is out now, available for purchase. So if you are impressed by the machine from what I show you, please take a look at the links down below and make your order. If not, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I love it so far. Good machine. Last but not least, I would like to thank you for your time, patience with me, and yeah, happy 3D printing, guys.